Welcome to Hedgehog Heaven. Now, many of you may have used these little hedgehogs, which we use in the studio in all parts of our body. But today, we're going to choose two, that is your feet and your shoulders. So to start with, you can use a rolled up towel if you don't have the hedgehogs, or you can use a small spiky ball. And what I'd like you to do is stand on them and lean against a wall, so you don't have to worry about holding your own body weight up. And your toes, all 10 of them, not 8 of them or 9 of them or 7 of them, but your big toe, the second, the third, the fourth and the fifth, all pressing into the dome of the hedgehog or around the spiky ball. And it'll give a little bit of a stretch to the fat pad of your feet that just doesn't get enough attention. And then you're going to raise your heels up as you inhale, engage your hamstrings between the back of your knees and your buttocks. Take a deep breath in there and see if you can go down slowly, slowly, slowly on the exhale, lengthening your heels back towards the floor, and see if you can get your heels down to the floor as you slide down the wall. This is preparing you for our new vertical pole course, which will come in a week or two. So up we go, slide up the wall, straighten the legs and raise your heels up. Draw your abdominals in and shoulders press back to the wall. Make your arms active and then bend your knees. Lower so that your heels reach back towards the floor and the wall. Don't arch off the floor. And then just bring your feet back to neutral. Now we're going to do a very common Pilates exercise called knee side. So you can feel that your glutes are a little bit active. They're going to stay active. And so are your adductors, your inner thighs. So we take a breath in, making sure that our two hip bones and pubic bone are on the same plane. Inhale and exhale. Open up your left leg, open it out like a knee side. Keep your feet, your 5 toes on the left, 5 toes on the right, connected. And then inhale, bring it back to center. Exhale, open up the right leg. Keep your ribs in the backs of your arms pressed to the wall. And inhale back to center. Exhale, rotate out. And inhale, center. Press your sacrum into the wall. Exhale, open. Inhale and center. Exhale, open. Use your pelvic floor and your lower abdominals. Press your triceps into the wall. Exhale, open. One more to the left. Keep lower down. We're really working our legs here. And center. And exhale, open out that right leg. And center. Stand tall. And then just step off to the side. And stand tall. Close your eyes and see if you can observe some messages from your feet that provide some difference, like you feel that you're more connected to the floor or your toes are spread out, because that's the cushion that we want to carry through in our daily lives. So let's go back up, but we're going to change the position that we have on our feet, connected to the hedgehog. So put your heels on there. Stick to the floor, they're not going to run away on you. And so I'm putting just the middle part of my heel onto the highest part of the hedgehog, and all of my toes spread out onto the floor. And just a little bounce, 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 bounce to get some blood flow into your heels. I'm also aware of my inner thighs still working, my collarbones nice and open. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now pick up all toes, so the balls of your feet stay on the floor, but your toes have come off. Now lift your toes up, straighten your legs, and then hinge forward like you're looking over into the pond to see something at the bottom. You want to get a bit closer, so bend your knees and bounce, 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 bounce. Toes up, balls up, heels down, down, down for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now lower the balls of your feet, lower the toes, and bring yourself back up. Back to knee sides, down we go. Open out the left leg as you exhale, and inhale, bring it into center. Exhale, open up the right, inhale to center. See if you've got your head, your thoracic spine, the backs of your arms against the wall. Exhale, open, inhale, close. Exhale, open, inhale, close. Exhale, open, and close. This time we go to knee tag. Open out the left, inhale, exhale, take the right leg over towards it so that both legs are parallel. Inhale to the center. Exhale, open the right leg. Inhale, exhale, open, close, open the other leg, and inhale both to center. One more each side, keep the abdominals active and open left leg. Inhale, exhale, right leg goes. Inhale back to center. Exhale, open the right. Inhale, exhale, left leg goes to center. Push down to come up tall. Whew, that was a tough one. Now, we're just going to paddle like a pussycat. Just paddling over, rolling your shoulders, nicely working through the feet. Go tall, go low, ambling along, going for a walk, breathing lusciously through your nose and your mouth. Ribs are moving. Move it, move it, move it, move it, move it. You gently step to the side. Again, a little test. What does it feel like? Can you actually see that you might be standing a bit taller? More able to transfer your weight forward and back. Because I'm going to put that to the test. We're going to do a little bit of a balance work. So hands on your hips. Raise up your left heel off the floor and toe into side of your ankle. Breathe in and we go to shin, knee, shin, ankle and a shin. Knee, shin, ankle and a shin. Knee, shin, ankle. This is where we stop and a balance test. Push your weight forward onto the ball of your right leg, using the glutes at the side, your big gluteus maximus at the back. Take your arms out to the side and imagine you're pushing down a big wave and rise up onto the ball of your foot. Pushing down the armpits, push, 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 and lower. Now I want you to imagine that between here and your torso, you've got the latest edition of a rare book. Keep it under your armpits. Lock it in. One more balance. Weight forward. Lock the book in. Lock your pinkies in. And rise. Up. And lower. Good job, everyone. And shins and ankles. Lower down. Let's see which is the better balancing side. Go to the other side. Hands on your hips. Raise up the heel of the right side. Keep lifted. And ankle, shin, knee, shin, ankle, shin, knee, shin, ankle, knee, shin, ankle, knee. Oh, that's your ankle. That's your shin, knee, shin, ankle, shin, and stopping there. Press your big toe and your little toe into the floor. Open up, lock in your books, breathe in, exhale, rise up onto that ball of your foot, rise up and lower, lock it in again and rise up, rise up, rise up, rise up, rise and lower, shin, ankle, and lower. One more warm up before we go to the floor. Let's externally rotate our legs like we're doing double clams, or you've got wide V's on the reformer, those of you that have done that. And we're going to make our spine rotate a little bit more freely. Bending your legs, and I want you to rotate around to the left so that your left arm bends but your right arm stays straight. Push your right leg away to enable you to rotate a little bit further. Come back through center and tuck and curl to come into a C curve. Go back down through center. Rotate to your right, bending the right elbow, pushing away with the left arm, and your pelvis stays still. Come back through center, tuck and curl, and back down. Rotate over to the left, bending the left arm, keep the right arm straight. Center, tuck, curl, and back. Last one, rotate to our right. Bend the right arm, reach away with that left arm straight, and center, and curl, and roll all the way up, one vertebra at a time, drawing those shoulders down, open your chest, and let's turn our legs in, and then out, bend your knees, bring them back to parallel. Reach the arms out. You're going to go down slowly, lifting your heels. Activate your abdominals, your pelvic floor. Get those books into your armpits. We're going to go down as far as we can and do 10 little pulses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Lock your books in. 8, 9, 10. All the way down. Hands on the floor. Knees on the floor. And a nice tall kneel. Now, as I said, this class is using some small balls as well. So many of you will have something called an over ball, or I call them a squashy ball. It's just a ball that you can actually blow up with a straw. Don't need a pump or anything. We're going to use this today to allow us to use our glutes and our abdominals a little bit more strongly. So we're going to place this underneath our hip, under my left hip, and balancing up on it. My forearm is resting on the floor and my upper arm is perpendicular to the mat. My underneath leg, you'll see it's turned out, and I've got my toes flexed so that my adductor, my underneath leg, is quite active. So we're going to flex that foot, and I'm going to do 10 little pulses up to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Keep drawing your abdominals in. 9, 10. I'm going to do a little swipe forward. Then point the foot and take it back. Flex the foot and take it forward, and I'm thinking of sticking my bottom out here. As I take my leg slightly behind the midline, I'm tucking my tail under. I'm still lifting through my underneath torso because we are not lazing at the beach. We're in Pilates class. So lift up and forward and back. You can have your hand at your hip. If you want to challenge yourself for balance, you can take the arm up a little. That's 2 more. Back and forward and back. Keep the leg back there. And I want you to reach your top hand as far forward as you can, longingly towards the future. That may be different to what it is right now. And we're going to reach that arm forward and 10 little pulses up with the leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Sweep that arm up, bring this leg forward, place it on top of the other one, and bring the ball up, higher into your waist so that you can sit your bottom down onto the floor. Forearm is forward, and this gives us a nice place to recuperate. And I'm going to get you to sweep your arm down and stretch out to the side. Take the top arm, and so you can feel the stretch through the top ribs. Inhale, reach those top ribs up to the ceiling. Draw a big arc with the arm, and then your head will follow. You'll bring your elbow in and place the arm underneath you with the fingers facing forward. I'm going to do a little bit longer work with the arm. We're going to take your top leg forward, and then we're going to take it back, just bigger than we did before. But when the leg goes back, the arm goes forward. And turn the palm down, and when the leg goes forward, the arm goes back, and you want to kiss your knee. Then the top leg goes back, and the top arm goes forward, and you lift your torso, reaching for the stars. Palm sweeps down, leg goes forward as the arm goes back. And forward with the torso and arm, and back with the leg. And forward with the leg, back with the arm. We're going to do 4 more in double time. So we're going to go inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Let me hear that breath. Last one. Swing the leg back, place it down, sit yourself up, and reach this arm closest to the ball, up over your head. Lifting the ribs, lift those left ribs up to the ceiling like a drum. No tinny sounds here. Open it up and reach. Sweep the arm back down. And then we're going to pick up the ball in our hands, swing our legs around to the other side, lift our bottom up and place the ball down. Forearm nicely placed on the floor, lifting up through the underneath side and making sure that you're turned out with your leg and activating the inner thighs, really making that leg strong. Lift up the underneath ribs, and your hand can be on your hip, or if you need extra balance it can be down there. And we're going to do our 10 little pulses. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. When we start sweeping forward, you might need to put your hand down for balance. So forward and back. Got our foot flexed the whole time. Forward, just small movements, and back. And forward, scoot the abdominals in, and back, and forward. Push that bottom leg down, keep it long. One more set, and back. Point the toe. Maybe put some hand weight down, because we're going to do our 10 little circles. 5 one way, 5 the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 other way, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5. And then we're going to walk our body down along the mat until our pelvis comes into contact with the mat. Readjusting our position of our arm. Now we've got some support with the ball under there. We're ready to do the bigger sweeps. So stretching the leg out, taking it back, and reaching your arm up. So reaching for the start. So the leg is back, torso's up, look up, reach for something more. Reach, reach, reach. Beautiful extension. And then we're going to sweep the hand down and bring the leg forward as the arm goes back. Take the leg back as the arm comes forward and the palm faces upwards. Lift the ribs, palm down, arm back, leg forward, abdominals in. And swing the leg back, arm forward. Arm back, leg forward. And again. Ready to do our 4 in double time. Breathing it in and swing, exhale forward. Good job. Swing that arm up, bend it in, push yourself up, and take hold of the opposite ankle and open the ribs. So these top ribs are we don't want it to sound like a smack. We want it to be like a drum. Let me hear everybody humming across Australia. Hum, 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 hum. And reach up. Very nice work. It does actually make you feel a lot more relaxed, getting those ribs to stop being held tight. Take your ball, swing your legs out to the front, and we're going to place the ball in between your shoulder blades. Interlacing the hands, place them behind your head, feet firmly placed onto the mat. Now the harder you work, to make it harder, you will take the ball further down. And we'll work that way, but we're going to start with our ball just between our shoulder blades. So take a breath in and lengthen out, and you're in a neutral position, neutral spine. And then continue to take your head back down as if you can reach to the floor, that's fabulous. And if you can get your elbows to the floor, you'll feel incredibly open release there. Now let's do a really large breath here. So I want your sternums to lift towards the ceiling, but don't lose contact with the mat. Let your belly fill with air. Let your ribs and your throat and your skull fill with oxygen. And then as you exhale, engage your pelvic floor and abdominals, but think of your sternum pressing back towards your ribs, and then your ribs into the ball as you lift your head, neck and shoulders up off the floor. For the most intense curl up you've done all day. Inhale back to neutral, let your head be heavy in your hands. Continue back in that long inhalation. Come on, let me see it bigger. Let me see the intercostals of Australia and the world. Open up and stretch. Stretch, stretch, stretch. As you start the exhale, take your sternum back towards the back ribs. Slide your head up along the floor until you come curling up. Scoop your abdominals to the floor and reach your elbows out to each corner. Inhale back through a neutral spine, down to the floor. Inhale and open the chest. Exhale, take your sternum to your back ribs, slide the back of your head along the floor and curl up. Curl up, up like you're trying to leave the ball. Curl up higher, 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 and then back down. I'm going to do 4 more of those, but a little bit quicker. Exhale, ribs to the ball, head comes up heavy in your hands, up into your curl up, higher, higher, higher. Inhale, back down, lowering your back ribs over the ball and open the armpits. Inhale, reaching the sternum to the ceiling. Exhale, sternum goes towards your back ribs. Press your head heavy into your hands and curl up. Up a bit higher. And inhale, going down. Exhale, coming up. Lengthen the back of your head along the floor and then curl up. Press your abdominals to your spine and come up that bit higher. You can do it. And then lower down. Last one. Exhale, coming up. 1 vertebra at a time. Curl it up. Up, up, up. Reach your arms to the ceiling. Take them down by your sides, turning your palms downwards for a set of Pilates hundreds. Breathe in and out. 2, 3, 4, 5. In 2, 3, 4, 5. Really pump from the arms. Don't let the torso move. It's just